was in a very, very long time. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Berenice, and your girl's been defrosting. First, I'd like to introduce you to what I'm wearing. This right here is my apparel. Legality does not equal morality. As many of you know, I have stepped into what I've always been meant to do, which is advocating for those that don't have a voice. A poem that I made last year went viral. It's called "We Never Crossed the Border, They Created the Border Cross Us."
You dance our music, vacation in our countries. You steal our boots, our hats, our slang, our medicine, but never our pain. And to the Latinos wearing red hats, you wave this flag like it's gonna save you. ICE doesn't care who you voted for. You're brown, that's your crime.
I've been flooded with requests for apparel, lessons, even slides to create because of this poem. I've been so moved by the love that you all have granted me. And with the help of my community, we made this vision come true. I didn't want to hire professional models to showcase this apparel. I wanted to share the love with my community. So we found women that are actually helping, making change in whatever way they can to actually be our models for this release. We brought artists, poets, content creators, volunteers to share their story with you all. I know many of you are seeing me from all around the United States and all around the world. A lot of us are our own independent seekers of truth and agents of change. We want to be of support, but we don't know how. Each of them are going to share how they use their gifts to help our community. The world wants you to focus on the atrocities. And while we have to be mindful of everything that's going on, I also want you to pay attention to the people that are helping. With that, I'd like to introduce our very first guest, Kimberly Magana. You may know her already. You've seen her captivating videos on TikTok. She is a young Latina political activist educating our communities on our system, challenging the status quo.
So my name is Kimberly Magana, and I make content about the atrocities of the Trump administration and how to inform our people to get involved in our voting systems and policies that can help benefit us.
Amiga, what made you decide to use social media as a political tool?
I got tired of the ICE raid. One day I just couldn't take it anymore, and I started making content about healing. And one day I was just like, you know what? We have to have this conversation. And it started. I just talked about how within our own community there was so much betrayal, and how many people had voted for this that looked just like me and want people like me gone. So I spoke up about it, and that was the gota que derramó el vaso.
Because there are people that look like you that, voted against us. And there are also people that don't look like us that voted against us. Who are you creating content for? And why does that audience matter to you?
I'm making content for the people that believe that we all deserve freedom, that we all deserve to be on the same playing field, right? Because there's a difference between equality and equity. We're not all equal, and equity, we don't get the same opportunities to all, survive and become something. So my content is for the people who believe that we all deserve to be here and we all deserve a chance to make it. And it's important because people don't believe in our system anymore. And I'm here to give them hope that there is still a system to fight for.
The way that you see everything, did your parents have an influence on like politics, power, and education?
Oh, my parents are very big on politics, on education. My dad is a Democrat, diehard Democrat, and he's always talked to me about politics and always made sure I understood where my health care came from, who voted for certain policies that were going to benefit me and certain policies that weren't. So politics was always being talked about, and the importance of remember your history, learn, and try to get them best opportunities you could, but only through education. So it was like a double-edged sword. My dad is, he's the reason why I started getting into politics, but now I can tell you after my own research that I don't claim a political party, and I'm strictly just here for the people.
With the ICE raids going on and, you reporting on it, has that changed the way that you see politics?
Oh my, yes. We think it's like a black and white system, and there's so much more that we don't even see. We don't understand how many other people infiltrate our system, and we have no control over it. And we're here fighting between each other when there's a bigger problem way behind the scenes.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the problem? Just let's say someone who's not even involved in politics.
I would definitely say that it is not just Democrat or Republican. It goes way deeper than that, where there's, influences from Israel. We have them controlling a lot of what's going on, and how we just think like, oh, let's just attack a certain party and then everything's going to change. Things are going to be different. No, It doesn't start like that. We need to be voting and paying attention for the people who don't want to take APAC money, for the people who don't want other people. Billionaires cannot lead our system. They cannot be our representatives. They don't understand the struggle. They don't know what we go through. So you come from a different background. It's not going to take in consideration everyone else who needs help. It's deeper than what it is. And we have to pay attention because whether you like politics or not, it's in your face and it is what runs everything. And the more you don't pay attention, the more we end up with people like Trump.
If there are people watching you today that are like, wow, how does Kim know so much? Where do you recommend for them to start and where do you recommend for them to look?
I definitely recommend you to do your own research. And I had a good influence in my life. My sister very early on, she taught me about the Holocaust and about where, slavery, just because our history books, she's a lot older than me, but our history books have this Mickey Mouse Disneyland version that is not even a quarter of what people went through. So I suggest that you start there. Start with our own history, but not the version that you have learned.
What do you see online that most people offline don't realize is happening?
The ice rates everywhere, how affected everyone is being in different parts of the country. People don't understand that this is everywhere. And it's not even here in the United States, but majority of the things that we don't see on TV, everything's censored. I make content on TikTok mainly, and our content has not been able to get out. And here we are looking for other ways to show people like what's really going on. It mainly shows the lack of humanity and the decency that these people have because we've lost all tact with our humanity.
The shirt that you're wearing right now, it says legality does not equal morality. What does that mean in this political climate?
Just because it's legal and does not mean that it's right. Legality and morality are two different things in the system. We have innocent people in jail. That has not changed. People who have not been convicted of crimes that they didn't commit. The bail bonds, just for example, with immigration right now, we can't pay for our people to get out and get, a fair due process. But people who do harmful things, children and other things, they get to pay that bail bond. And that is where legality and morality don't equal the same thing.
Have you ever felt pressure to stay quiet online?
Yes. The fact that they're censoring our videos, it's just like it's a don't speak or we're gonna come after you. I'm sure ICE already has their database that they're conducting, and I'm sure that I'm gonna be there. And it does not. We can't have fear. We lose everything if we start to be scared because they don't understand how powerful we are, and community is everything.
So, what does courage look like when you speak the truth publicly?
Oh, courage looks like people going against you for speaking what you know is right and for just even informing people about the voice that they have. A lot of people don't think like, oh, what is this going to do? Like, it's not, my vote doesn't matter and things are not going to change. You know what? You're wrong because in numbers, we're stronger than just in one person, right? So that's why I speak up.
If someone is watching and feels overwhelmed, what is one action they can take today?
I would definitely tell you to practice some breathing techniques, right? We need to disconnect, especially right when you wake up, don't touch that cell phone. At least take 20 to 30 minutes by yourself and your own thoughts. And before you go to bed, same thing, because these nightmares and everything is real, and this trauma, we're staying with it. And after Trump leaves, we're still going to be here with this, talking about this, going through this. So definitely grounding yourself, that saying touch grass, that is real. Go touch some grass.
Now, I know that you've been making content and we've been discussing that the difficulties of creators making content that's educational and us not being adequately paid for it, especially now as we're being suppressed. How can people support creators like yourself who are educating their communities?
I do have a GoFundMe that I use to go and help our street vendors and our people working out in the community who need help and groceries. You can donate to my GoFundMe, a sister's call for help. And that will help me help other people. And just right now, that is the way to go.
What happens if we stop teaching our history and we stop teaching about politics?
Oh, if we stop talking about everything now, all the work we have done it'll go down the drain. People will not remember that there is people fighting for you. And there's always been people fighting for whether you know it or not. And our history is important. It's repeating. We haven't been paying attention. We understand that what's going on is real, but nobody understands that it's going to affect everybody. And
Mhm.
it's not until it's at your front doorstep where you're like, oh my God, I should have paid attention. I should have done. No, we have to learn right now. And just not even our history, other countries' history about how other countries are colonized and how we've taken over. And we need to pay attention to all that.
Let's say there is someone out there right now who is itching to create content but is scared. They're afraid of what people think. They're afraid of people being mean to them. They're afraid of being wrong. What is your recommendation on just not caring about the world things and doing what they think is right? How did you get over that fear?
Oh, you're going to make mistakes. And the internet is going to drag you regardless whether you are doing the right thing or whether you're doing the wrong thing. They're going to come for you. But as long as you know in your heart that you are making this content to create change and to help somebody, ultimately, if you're not doing this to benefit society or later on, in the world, then we're not doing anything. So I would tell you to just, they're going to come for you. Just be strong. You make sure that your internal system, you are grounded in who you are,
Mhm.
so that nobody can come and tell you otherwise.
That's beautiful. I like that. I tell people all the time, in 100 years from now, the people that have told you not to do what you're passionate about will end up dying. And you would end up living a life curated to what other people believe instead of what you believe. Thank you so much, Kim, for being here.
Thank
Thank you for the
you.
work that you do and continue to do. Thank you for your courage every single day to show up. And thank you
Thank
for
you.
also taking rest. Yeah, you and I have discussed even during winter time, right? How we felt depressed and sad. And that's because traditionally our ancestors don't follow the Gregorian calendar. We follow the winter solstice. And remember
Yes.
how both of us needed rest, right?
Yeah.
And it's about to pick up in the season of creating again. So I hope you continue to get your rest, amiga, and find
Uh,
balance. Thank you so much
Thank
for the
you.
work that you do. And thank you so much for being here. So let's tell people where they can follow you again.
Okay. Go follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Authentically Kim and YouTube and Upscrolled. And right now, we're working on Facebook, but yeah, there you can follow
Thank you
me.
so much.
Thank you.
Bravo.